What's up, my people? What's up, my homies? What's up, my friends? I'm Gnarly Vato, and these are Gnarly Times. Well, today I got a story about a riot in the Catholic Church. Right? I'm doing a remix. Right? Well, I'm using my evidence. I had a write-up around this time. So I'm gonna read it out, right? A brief of my write-up. A brief description, real quick. It says, sustained allegations. Anthony admitted to participation in group disturbance. It says brief description of actual behavior on 11/10/96. Group supervisors Mr. A. Tong and Mr. J. Chai observed a north and south gang-related group disturbance in the Catholic chapel. Behavior reports written 11/10/96 by Chai and Tong indicate Ward C involved in the group disturbance. And admitted fighting against a Sureño gang member. Anthony failed to follow instructions given by security, and as consequence, he was given chemical agent. Co-defendant. There were approximately 20 Northern and Southern gang affiliate wards from Mono and Donner Halls. Action taken, none. Reason for recommendation. Ward C arrived at Carl Holton School on 11/8/96. On 11/10/96, 2 days after his arrival, he participated in a group disturbance in the Catholic chapel. Since Ward C received this level B offense only 2 days after arriving at Carl Holton School, he needs this additional time in order to be held accountable for his actions. This additional time will also allow Anthony to further enhance his social thinking skills as well as to discontinue his association with negative peers, quotes, gang affiliates. Right? Well, right here, the overall summary has evidence one from all the cops are there, right? Evidence 2, and then it has evidence 3, evidence 4. Even the father has, evidence 5, the seating chart. It had evidence number 5 is Catholic Chapel seating chart of each ward allegedly to be involved in the incident. The diagram will show an X by where each ward was sitting in comparison to where the altercation took place, which was the second Donner Row and the first Mona Row on the west side of the chapel. Right? And it says, evidence 6, it says, I spoke to Ward, right here, me, Anthony, stated that he sat in the second row of Donner's section towards the right side. Ward C stated that 2 southern wards from Mona had turned and asked if anyone disrespected them and was told no. Ward C stated that a southern ward who sat in front of him swung at him, so he swung back. Ward C stated that he could not identify the ward who swung at him as he is new and doesn't know wards on other living units. Not that I was going to tell. Ward C stated that they both swung about 3 to 4 times and then stopped when chemical agent was applied. Right? Then evidence 7 said I spoke to Ward Jose Berardes, YA 64987. Ward Border stated that he was an altar boy, was up front, chapel, when he saw the fight break out, right? He immediately to the west side, east side of Yuba Hall, where he was sitting to see if any wards from his hall were involved. He stated that he did not see anybody from Yuba wards leave the area, right? Then it said, I spoke to evidence 8, I spoke to Julio Ortega, 737. Ortega said that he was an altar boy, he stated, right? Then, but anyways, the overall summary of this report was, it said, summary, on 11/10/96, a North-South Hispanic incident broke out in the Catholic chapel. Approximately 75 wards were in attendance on this date. At release time, a disturbance broke out on the southern side of the chapel near the Donner Mono section. Mr. Alfred Tongo GS was able to identify 2 wards involved on being Eliasco Lara, YA 61551, from Donner Hall, and another being from Juan Sanchez, YA 71490, from Carson Hall. And observed them assault another ward who Mr. Tong was not able to identify. Mr. Tong stated that he was able to identify Ward Sanchez by his Carson sweater. which had mace on the back of it, and the fact that he had a cut on his lip. Mr. Tong further stated that the only injury to any Ward other than chemical agent was Ward Sanchez. The area of altercation seemed to be contained in the area of Donner and Mono section and appeared to be from the second row of Donner and row and the first row of Mono. I was in that row, the second row. Right? And then it said, during my interview, the following wards stated they were in fact involved in the incident in some way. ACYA7327, that's me right here. Donner Hall stated that he swung at a ward but only after being hit. Ward C further stated that two Southern wards accidentally had dispatched. They stated that he was then swung at by one of the wards from Mona Hall, so he swung back. Mark Dubin 73792 stated that Donner Ward began swinging at him, but he never swung back. Ward Rufiaggio Moro 75394 stated that he was hit by another ward in the back who was from Donner Hall but could not identify who that ward was, and he never swung back. Ward Eliasco Lara 61551 stated that he was hit by someone from Mona Hall, so he swung back, but only in self-defense. And he's the one that started it. Right? The following words were in the second row in the Donner section were Quintiana 75520, Herberto Escobedo YA 74381, Isaac Abila 76445, Elisco Lara 61551, A. Anthony Chavez 673272 in the first row of the Mono section wards. Mark Dubin YA 73792, Richard Cortez YA 6216, Miguel Herrera 76097. Ward Vasquez and Herrera from Mono are identified, but Julio Ortega leaving the pew area and going in front of the chapel and laying down and not involving himself in the incident. Right? So that was a little evidence, but it says you admitted to the altercations of the Section E participation in the group disturbance. This is your first educated level B offense while at KHS. You have no level A write-up as you had just arrived 2 days prior to the incident. This action is needed to hold you accountable for your behavior and give you time to develop your social thinking skills and relinquish your gang ties. The extenuating circumstances is that you have a history of gang and assaultive behaviors. You have since this incident shown that you are willing to accept responsibility for your actions and work towards change. Add 3 months to your PCD. Right, so right here got all my signature and all that, you know. But anyways, let me tell you the incident, right? I had just rolled up, right, 2 days prior, that Friday. So I used to go to Catholic church a lot, and when I rolled up, they signed up. They're like Protestant, Catholic, right? So I had one of the homeboys from SAC see me sign up for Catholic, and he goes, "Hey, bro, don't go over there." He's like, "There's all kinds of fools. We would call them fools. There's a bunch of them fools there, or them things, you know." And because they would sometimes, we don't want to disrespect them, bust their ears, they would call it. So he's like, "Hey, there's a bunch of them things there, fool. Don't go there." And I was like, "Oh, these fools ain't keep me from God, right?" Because in your mind you think you have to go to Catholic church to, be there. So I signed up, and he's like, "All right, bro," right? he knew better than I did, so I was like, whatever. So we go about I go about our way, right? So the next day we go to church, and all these homeboys signed up. Like, we're all new. We just came within that week or a couple weeks. So 2 homeboys that I came on the bus with, we all signed up. So there's 3 with a homeboy from Fresno and a homeboy from Erla, Mad Dog, and I can't remember of Avila, and me, right? And this fool, we go. And we're walking, right? So they call us in the morning. They're like, "Line up." We get in the line. We're walking to church. Well, as we're walking, because we're new, this homeboy, Lara, from Delano, right? This fool was what is his number? 61551. he was talking to the other homeboy. I can't remember which numbers are on it, but because he was Mad Dog from earlier, right? So they were talking, and the homeboy, his name was Guarito, right, was talking to the homeboy Mad Dog. I think we're next to each other, 2 rows, walking. So they're talking. He's like, oh, you know, because Dela and Erla are close, like 5 miles away. So they know each other. A lot of people know each other, right? So these fools will say, yeah, just talking war dogs. This fool, the older fool, because he was older. The Guerito was like 23 maybe, and we were like 18, 17. I think I was 17, right? And he was, the other homie was about my age. So they're talking to each other. He's like, yeah, we're in the party, blah blah blah, you know, this and that, and we're in early at the park, cruising through. So anyways, as we're walking to the chapel, we get up in the things, these pews sitting, because you had all these other fools, right? And we're in the last 2 because we're the first, we're receiving. So all the new fools, well, they go. Well, I'm like second to the end. There's a homeboy, Duende was on the end. He didn't get caught. So he was on the end. He was smaller. He was from Yuba City. Well, one of the fool Quintanilla, he's from Yuba City or Rio Linda. Vado Linda. There's like 3 of these fools from Linda at the time. So I'm like second to the end. This fool, I think Mad Dog and Guerito or something like that. So they keep talking that whole time, going to the chapel, right? All this. So I'm like just hearing them talk. This fool, and then they go, well, this fool Guerito's telling the story. He said, yeah, I was going through this, I seen these CSCRAPAS, what we call, Northerners call Southsiders, derogatory, you know? Yeah, oh, we seen some of these. And instead of calling them things or fools, he busted their ears, what we call. So as we were sitting in the seats, they're talking, right? There's like 5, 10, there's about 10 fools. 9 fools, 8 fools, 10 fools in front of us. And they're all Sureños. Well, I don't know who the hell they were. Eventually, I found out they were Sureños. So they're posted like this. One homeboy was like, the one right in front of me, you know. And there's another one that was kind of thick, full bigger, you know. And it was a main fool sitting there chilling. And then once he heard that, because I'm always, you know, we're like, you just never know, something might go down, right? So I'm always just looking, watching, being aware, and then you see, because prior to this, I had got sucker punched like 3 times, 4 times, so I'm always like, you never know, bro, but nah. And anyway, I'm watching, and I hear this fool bust this fool's ears. I'm like, what the hell? And I look, and this fool was chilling, but so he started, because he was listening prior, but then he started listening, like, what the? So as he's sitting here, like this, he tells the homeboy, like, and right, and the homeboy like, what the hell? You know, and so this homeboy like told the other homeboy. So these fools started telling all these other fools. So by the time I heard it, like, I think I'm thinking, he said, hey, I think the busters busted our ears, disrespected the south side, right? So I'm like, yeah, you know, and what's called, anyways, true story, fool, no lie, bro. Anyways, he didn't know that, we didn't know nothing yet. So as this fool's chilling, this is barely starting the what's called church, fool. So as they're talking, right, he starts spreading that word down the line, for the pews to the end, that these fools behind us disrespected the Sioux. So as think about this, right? How do you think I felt this whole time going through an hour and a half of service, fool, like this? Who's gonna punt? Like, You know what I mean? Should I just tag one of these fools back of the head right now? You know, but this fool's like, so as this fool was telling all these fools, you know, they all like, it's getting towards the end after the service. It's like, all right, you know, when they get towards the, but they started, the pastor started walking out. The priest started walking out, right? And as you turn, like everybody stands up towards the end of the service. And when he stood up, dude, this whole time I'm like, damn, it's gonna go down. And I had told this fool prior, Dwayne, I was like, bro, this fool busted their ears, fool. It's gonna go down, fool. And they're like, fool, you trip, you know? And then I had told the fool Mad Dog, like, bro, these fools gonna, you know, I couldn't really talk to him because the cops are looking at us from the back. So what's called, when I was telling these fools, the homeboys, like, hey, it's gonna go down, fool. And, you know, they're like, whatever, but, because I had, so this homeboy, Juanito, was the oldest fool. I come to realize, right, at the time, like, fool, you just came back on a violation. You've been here 6'1". You should know better than come disrespecting fools. Especially being by Dela, the debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fool, what the hell? Anyways, on the border, battling these fools. But, you know, it is what it is, fool. And back then, it was like, one jump, we all jump. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the lifestyle. We're like, all right, homeboy. Because a lot of times we're too prideful to admit, oh, yeah, we disrespected. You know? What do you do about it? Instead of saying, yeah, my bad, bro. I just came from the guys, fool. You know, that's the way we talk out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? My bad. So anyways, as these fools, as we're waiting, right? I'm like, this fool, what's called? You know what I mean? You know how it is, fool. You get butterflies before you brought it out, right? It's going to go down. Well, who's going to do it? Who's going to punch first? Right? So, especially the cops are looking down on you, right? Anyway, so I'm like this, right? We're standing. It was kind of gangster, these fools, though. I'll give them that. That's why fools like, oh, you on these fools Southside nuts. No, fool, you just know a real warrior, you know what I'm saying? Fools about their stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so as these fools, when the priest rolled through, right? These fools turn, and they're like, you disrespect the sur, or you vatos disrespect the sur, and then, you know what I mean? We only have the seat between the distance between us, right? So I'm like, I look at this fool Juanito like, because I know he's talking to all of us, but he ain't talking to me because I was the one damn talking the whole damn time. So I look at this fool Juanito like, right, this fool, he had big ass mustache, and he just like, and I'm like, you can say something or what? You know what I'm saying? Because this is happening real fast. And I'm like, say something, fool. And me and the homeboy, and this fool right in front of us, you know, little chubby fool. And me and Dwayne, they're like, who's gonna punch? Who's gonna, right? And I swear, I think, I'm normally right hand, and I was gonna hit this fool. I was like, you know what? Because I was just like, boom! I just punched, dude, because I didn't know who was gonna punch. They know it's disrespected, but I believe I hit through the first punch, fool. You know what I'm saying? Because in there you don't know, like say your fight or flight, like I ain't gonna run. Who's this fool? You know? And I just, bow, hit this fool, and it just started, poof, poof. Everybody just started swinging, fool. It was pretty crazy. And when me and this fool Duende, we just had this fool, you know, just bombing on the fool, but he was taking. We were just, it was just two of us were on one fool, and then, well, I was tagging him for a while, or just jumped on him, and by then, like I said, they started amazing, and what's called, I hit the ground, and then I jumped back up, and then punched somebody out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild, but they, in the end, it's like, bro, if you disrespect, say it. Yeah, okay, my bad, fool, you know? They heard you right there. You're only a foot away. you know, and it was just crazy. It was crazy to happen. Well, at least for our circumstances, we just rolled up 2 days, you know, and that's what happens a lot of times. You start bragging, maybe saying too much. Maybe I say too much, you know, and there's consequences a lot of times because we just disrespect the wrong people. But I believe that's what the problem. A lot of us is we're prideful. We don't know when to say sorry. We don't know when to apologize when we're wrong, you know. And I've done that many times where I knew I was wrong, but I didn't apologize, you know. And that time, and going there to the drug institution, I was trying to not that I was a drug addict, or at least at the state, but I was just, you know, trying to go home like everybody else. But it was just crazy, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna admit, especially at a church, like, how can I not admit? If God is real and He was there and He seen me literally lie, you know, like, oh no, I didn't. But I was like, you know what, it's only 3 months because it's a full year. Then they break it down to a 9-month program. But you know, in the end, fool, what I believe is older fools, like at the time, this fool was 23, 24 years old because they kept you telling you 25. And it's like, come on, fool. You're older when you should set the example. We're the youngsters at the time, you know what I'm saying? That was a crazy thing too. A lot of younger fools would take advantage, like try to bully us that were young, you know. And I got that shit too. They try to, like, what, you know. But then again, you met a lot of good fools too who were older. You know, I bonded with some fool because I was a KP in Carhold, and he was from the Harbor area. You know, he had came from prison, and he had to do a violation because once you're on YA parole, you can still catch a charge, and if you're still under 25, they can still take you back to YA for the rest of your sentence. So that's what he had came back, you know, and he was a cool ass dude, and we used to crack rotten eggs. He's like, come on, fool, you know, and I'm like, but anyways, it was cool. You met some good and bad people, you know, but you always, like in there, it was always on and cracking. Fools are in their emotions, you know. And then it's hot. That wasn't hot that time, but right about now, July, August, fools are just pissed, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to share that story and talk about one of these little incidences I had, one of these gnarly times in my life, you know. Well, I'm Gnarly Vato, and take care. See you around. I'm out.